Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Mayor. On this video I'm gonna construct the XML message tree. So this is the documentation if you wanna come and learn. So first we're gonna do a hard coding. How should we hard code the XML message tree? Then next step you will get the data from the input, then place it to output. So you could come and they give you the example on the first you have to know about the XML. I'm sure I have a video on the YouTube channel. Go there and learn that. But still, if you want to learn, come to XML. Right here they give on a W3 school, they give you a good information instruction to XML. So XML stands for the extensible markup language. Is a markup language much like HTML. If you're familiar, just open that and inspect it. It's similar to HTML. It is designed to store the transport data. And it's so simple human could read it. So that's why between human and computer, this XML is a good format. It's easy to understand. And XML was designed to be self-descripting, and it is for example, right here. It's so self-descripting. To Lao, from Jenny, heading heading is reminder, don't forget me this weekend. It's so self descriptive. You could understand what that mean. Like it come from Tom to Jenny. It is reminder, don't forget me this weekend. And computer also would understand on the structure. If you place it the XML format structure, so easy for computer language to understand it. So you need to pick one language, either blob, XML, JSON or something. But let's focus on XML right now. So if you want to learn more, come right here, but it would be like that. You see on the same message. If you want to use a different language with it, then you could style it this way. This would be styled to this way, to human readable. Note it is a Tav from a Jenny, reminder, don't forget me. And right here it makes same sense. We have a label. And one more thing is very important on a XML, the sequence, the order is important. This is the root tag usually. This is the root tag. On a root tag we call them either child tag or sibling. This is a child tag of the root tag, but those is sibling by like 2 is sibling from to form and heading, and those is like 4 sibling it has. But note has a 4 child. You call them 4 child has, but this to each other is a sibling because they're on the same level. But let's say if I have one another tag inside of that, then this tag will become the child of 2. So like it keep coming, and this tag will be the subchild of note. But this is the root. This become root for this tag. Like my point is, make sure the order is very important. So you could come right here. Let's say if see right here is give it good example. Root has a root tag, then child tag. This is the child of this root tag. And inside of that, if there is any subchild, which is it is as a subchild, that becomes subchild to root tag. But this is the child of this child, that become father. This is the child. Like the order it defined, it makes it is important. Like you could name them ranking. The ranking is important. We just order it on a like each has a lower ranking and high ranking. You could call them this grandfather, father, and child. There would be grandchild of this one. It's up to you, but always starting with a starting tag and a ending tag. You see the ending tag as a backward slash. Make sure is a using this sign and backward slash and hand it up. You could finish it on a same line too, like this one. This if there is any I didn't see it. If I see it, I will show you. And there's a namespace. I already an attribute. I already explained on my video. You could watch. But let's one of this one, let's write it up. Let's start hard coding each of those one. So I copy those one, I will hard code that one. If you wanna, there's a kind of advanced, we will ignore it right now, like XML declaration, an XML version, an XML order, and ID they place it for the document type. We will ignore that, but right now we're gonna delete it, but just we will come back at the end about those stuff. But right now we will delete it, and simply we're gonna hard code this one. Or let me hard code this one. So how should we represent this one on a message tree? And we have a message tree. Let me send this data to message tree, and you will see how it represent. On the ESQL we have a message tree where I represent our message, because I pick blob, I shouldn't pick blob. Let me stop and fix that one. You come to the HTTP node and input, and you pick the domain, what type of this one, because we're working with XML domain. That's why I pick any domain you want, any format you want, you pick it right here. But we pick it and redeploy it and run. Let me send data again right now. Okay, so come, if you check message, we have like on a message on a variable section on a ESQL, we have like a trees. We have message, local environment, and exception. The message is representing our message. When we just send it, it represents our message physically. You see, there's a order, item 1, and quantity. If you come right here, you come to domain section, the format section is order and item number and quantity. It represents our message. If they ask you what is message represent our message physically. You could see it right now, and we could see by eye. And this two other is a metadata. This two explain our message. For example, what is the link, what is the format, how long is the message, all this type of data, and encoding, I'm sure you know the encoding, and character set encoding, like it allowing all type of the symbol, sign, and number, A to Z, alphabet, those stuff, and code character set, and transactional, persistent or not persistent. Like they give like information about our message, priority 0, expiration time, replay. This is a unique identifier. They sign it, that way the computer know number about the message. They just give them a unique number to that. Like they give them all type of information, because it makes sense. Like if you're sending a data about your XML, I had to describe my message, what is it for the computer. So computer already done that for us, all the hard coding right here. And also if you check, they provide like all type of port, local host, where it come from, like they just give like extra information. That is for HTTP header, like it come from, this is the port number, it come from this port, is a local host, and a schema HTTP. It gives us information about HTTP service. Like that's way we understand. If you want to manipulate one of the one by coding right here, we could do it. We could also access those two, and if you want to use it, we could use it on the local environment. And also it give us like, I will explain this 3 more, but there's also we could use it in environment and exception. That's when causing exception, it will come right here. Let's hard code that one and quicker, and go to a next video and do the different type of hard coding. This is the first way. I call them first. I use the Java. First way. You could hard code it directly. You could say set. You don't need to create. This is a simplest way, but you don't need. Sometimes you might use that one, but not all the time. It's not recommended way to do it. You pick the domain. After that, you pick the domain. We put output because I want to send message to output. We just pick the domain. You could pick different domain. JSON. You could pick blob, you could pick MRM, DL, whatever type, but this time because XML I want to make it XML. And this time after that we gave them a root. After that it is up to you, you give them this root because it's hard coding, or you just give them two order. Let's give them two that we understand, like because it's a hard coding, and we pass. So that become our because the way we want our hard code, we could do that. That's why we pass this one item, and we pass the value, whatever value is right here. So hard coding is up to you what you give it, but it is better to follow what it come on a message tree. But if it's required to change it, you could change it. There's no. And if you want to pass data on a ESQL to the any message tree structure, you must use a single quotation. But this is because of the number, we don't need it to pass because it's integer. But if you want to make it character, you could do that. Just put number 1, and the second one is quantity. So we need to write again same thing. Let's copy and paste. This time because it come to order, so of course this is the child of the order, and quantity is also child of the order. We need to change this person because this is also the child of the order, and this is the value of 2. So now we create two things, item number and quantity. So let's send that one. We switch order to double order and item number and quantity. So let's check, let's deploy and check it. And let's send it. Right now I don't want to send that one and make you confused. Let me send something like, because the replay would be, it come right here, it would not come this one because we hard code it. Replay would come whatever we hard code there. Let's send and check, and we could end. Now we creating the first one. If you check right here, there's nothing exists right here. If you create that one, we just create one right here. If you check, we create order and order XML. We create domain first, then we create the order and order. We create XML, then we create order and order, and after that we create an item. We creating item number is number 1. We creating. Now let's move to a second one. This is right here. We're gonna create right now quantity and order. If you check right now, first we create an order and order, this order, then on this order we create two item number and quantity, two things we created. Now we want to send it outside. When it say return true, because we use the function return boolean, that's why return true. You could even not to say return true, leave it like that. They're still gonna forward it to the output terminal, to this output terminal. If they ask you how that gonna work, if there's no return true, it's still gonna work. Yes, it's still gonna work, but because we use the boolean right here, and the type is a boolean, that's why we say return true. This is gonna forward it to outside, to out terminal. By default is out terminal. There's a many terminal. If you check, by default is because it connect to out, it will forward it to out terminal. And say complete, they will not come because it take let's complete it quicker. Now if you check, now we create order and order, number item 1 and number item 2. So see you on the next video. We'll do different hard coding till we get to advanced. See you on the next video.